Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing, world? I want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching. As usual, I come to you humbly out of respect for life and life itself, man. Not gonna be long on this one. I just couldn't hold my tongue on this one. I just had to speak on it. Want to talk about a kid named DJ. So if anybody watched the presidential address, Trump's presidential address, then you got to know a little bit about a 13-year-old kid named DJ who's also a cancer survivor. One of the things that his father said was that he always wanted to be a police. When he was diagnosed, that got to a point to where he was told that he probably didn't have but maybe half a year to live. And that was a little bit over 6 years ago. He's a young, innocent kid. And he's been through some things that not even adults can sometimes bear, right? The man has been through some situations that has forced him to have to grow up in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a beautiful story despite the situations that have occurred in this young man's life. So with that being said, there was a lot of sickness that went on during that presidential address. I've never in my lifetime watching presidential addresses have witnessed so much disrespect from supposed to be mature grown adults in my life, specifically the Democratic Party. If there ever was a time for them to not lose supporters and gain supporters, even if it doesn't mean siding with that party, everything that has went on since Trump won could have been the perfect time. But instead, since Trump has become president, the Democrats overall have scooped to an all-time low. I'm not going to go too deep into the party battle, but it's hard to ignore and not speak on from the standpoint of what went down at the presidential address. One, you had one representative, Donald, I think it's Donald or Lee, forgive me. I'm really trying to forget his name because he really showed lack of manhood, whining and crying and making a mess and being outright and unprofessional at the Trump address. Then you have this other crip walking to not like us congresswoman out of Texas, Jasmine Crockett. She's disrespecting everybody under the sun that's not in agreement with her and her beliefs. But this is the same woman that did pro bono work for the queer promoters of the Black Lives Matter movement, which basically stole over $90 million of taxpayers and government funds, taxpayers' money and government funds. But that's neither here nor there. This says a lot to me about not just Democrats, but Black culture. And when you see the display of things that have went down and how people are carrying on and acting, it's really despicable. And let me add this, when I say Black culture, that doesn't mean everybody. I didn't say blacks, I said Black culture, because not every person that happens to be of a dark shade is a part of or condones Black culture. because it's personally trash to me. Black culture celebrates everything that's the worst for us. But let's jump into this video because I have a lot to say.
If you can't arrest me, you too cocky. His ass back for real. Sir.
I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Oh, baby, you can't arrest me. You too cocky.
You know what? I gotta watch it again.
New Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Oh, baby, you can't arrest me. You too cocky. His ass back for real. Sir.
I am asking our new Secret Service Director.
Yeah. Black culture. You know, it's a saying that a picture's worth 1,000 words. And the way I look at it, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1,000,000 words. Black people, sometimes your enemy is your color too. Sometimes your enemy is your relative. Sometimes your enemy is the person you laying with every night. Sometimes your enemy is your neighbor. A year before this young man, was given the position to be an honorary Secret Serviceman, he was wrongfully violated by adult females, sexually harassed and assault. That was a grown woman dancing on a child. She should be locked up. Charges should be filed. What if it was the other way around? And a grown man dancing on an underage little girl. The internet would have ate him up. Pause. But I understand. We know double standards exist. I don't complain about them. But should they exist when it comes to children, right? You would think. He was laughed at, joked on. A kid, he isn't even an adult. They made fun of a kid. That at some point had to get his brain cut open in order to survive and live a decent life. Meanwhile, you got some drug addicts full of alcohol and God knows what else, making fun of him and laughing at the boy, twerking on him. But a year later, President Trump recognized that young man for his challenges, overcoming them, and surviving when he was told he only had 6 months to live. I don't play with kids. I don't play by no children. Rock love the kids. I don't play by no children. Ain't nothing funny when it comes to no children unless they making you laugh. But you don't belittle no children. You don't make fun of no child. And when I sat there and watched that little boy get recognized by one of the most powerful leaders of the free world, and I saw a whole side of overgrown so-called adults that would not stand for that boy and show some respect and honor and appreciation for that child who has been fighting for his life. And all he wanted to do was be a cop. And those people did not stand for him. It makes me question, why are they there? What was their reason for wanting to be in those seats that we voted them in? What was their intentions to be in that position? Was it to serve our community and represent us in a manner that is just and formidable and is of our likeness? Or was they just voted in by us through lies and deceit to fatten their pockets and do nothing but complain and whine and be unprofessional? Because despite what odds you are with the other party, you should not be at odds with another party to the point to where you can't even show some appreciation for a child that has been fighting to live, that wasn't given 6 months to live at the most. An innocent child. And you couldn't even stand and clap for that young man and give him some type of standing ovation. And that was just the ones that was there. Y'all sick. You're sick. And anybody that's supporting that madness and nonsense, you're sick too. Look in the mirror when you walk in that restroom in the morning and stare at yourself and ask yourself, was that right? Did that child's challenges and overcomings deserve to be overlooked and underappreciated because of your ill feelings towards another party? Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. The number 9 is representation of completion. And it's 2025. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. Ironically, Cat said it without saying it. And here we are. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. And if anybody knows DJ, just know we love him. I mean, let me ask you this question. Black culture, would you rather your son be a cop or a drug dealer? Woo! Bars. Yeah, I cut deep, didn't I? Would you rather your son be a police or a drug dealer? Okay, let me tone it down a bit. Would you rather your son be a policeman or a thug, a street thug? You can only choose one. On God, I bet some of y'all rather your son be a drug dealer or a street thug than a police. And that's really sad. I mean, what was the problem? Was it because his black father was with him to hold him up like a father should and brag and let the world know this is my son? And I've been there for my son. And I fought for my son to fight, to live. And he's still here. 6 years later, after he was told he wasn't gonna last 6 months. And a year later, he's standing in the Oval Office in front of the president of the freest country on the planet, getting honored and recognized. A young black man. And they would not stand up and put their party issues aside to honor that young man. I can relate to you, DJ's father. I have a health fragile son. He's not paralyzed, but he can't walk. He's cortex blind. He has scoliosis. Right now it's at a 92%. He has brain issues. He has symptoms of cerebral palsy. He has symptoms of Down syndrome. He's not officially diagnosed with anything because his situation was a little different. It wasn't a common abnormality. Ironically, the closest thing that they could diagnose him with was Angel syndrome. And I'm not a religious guy, but he's about as closest to an angel that a human can be. I know what it's like. He's had over 60 surgeries. He just turned 20. And he was told at a young age to me and his mother, who's a great mother, by the way. I couldn't ask for a better mother for my son. And we were sitting there in that office and we was told our face that our son might not live to see 2 years old. He's 20. And I'm here to tell you, DJ's father, it's okay. Everybody ain't gonna clap for you. Everybody ain't gonna support you. Everybody ain't gonna be there when you need them. And you don't need them. And I'm not saying you don't know this because I'm quite sure you've experienced this, but I just want to let you know that there are other black fathers out there just like you. And we can relate. And we respect you and we honor you, my brother. We honor you, King. We look up to you, King. You are a true testament to fatherhood. And we appreciate you for just being a father and being there for him. And to DJ, I honor you. And that day that you was recognized, you became a hero to a lot of people. And I'll never forget you. A lot of us will never forget you. We will follow you on your Instagram if you got it and everything. Because you're special, young man. And I want to personally congratulate you on your recognition. And that was the reason why I had to make this video. I just couldn't hold my tongue. Peace out.